It is day 3 of From Fear to Joy, the challenge. So here we are in a very sacred and special place for me. It is my inspiration room. If you only knew what was happening behind this camera, maybe I'll show you since it's all about vulnerability anyway. What I am super excited about are my books. So, why am I showing you my books? Because if you can live life with curiosity, you got it made in the shade. Now, I love all the emotions, they are all extremely important. I'm Enchantress Shane, and I help you celebrate your soul. I help you go from fear to joy in an instant, just like that. Not always. But what we're doing in here is it's so important to get to the fucking library. The library is so important. And this is my library, or at least part of it. So I am going to take you on a little tour. Sorry if this gets you nauseous, but let's start at the top and just look at what we got here, right? Okay, so we have some interesting books about people. Of course, we have a Stevie Nicks section. We move down and we go into. So, what book sticks out to you? Oh my goodness, which one is my favorite? I'm a book hoarder. I love all books. Never Sleep Alone. Which one is my favorite? Right now, it's hard to pick. Then I have a whole Jewish section. Born to Fetch. I might be able to pick my favorite book from each shelf. Okay, I have the whole James Redfield. Then we go down. Oh, I thought I gave that away. I'm so glad I didn't. And we go into Dreaming and Sylvia Brown and The Art of Jin Shen. And then these are all my magical books like Manifestation. We're going into Witchy, Sexuality. Let me know if you see your book here. I have some friends who have written books. Then we go down to the children's section. Well, you know what my favorite book is? Oh, that's not even the half of it. I don't think I'll get comfortable yet. Then I have some plays and some books about dance therapy, children therapy. I gave away all my textbooks. That was really hard. Then I have the beginning stages of all of my journals. And then I have some. These are the books. At some point, these were my most active books. And here's my business books. Oh my goodness. And then we have some albums up there. So I'm going to sit down with you guys down here. And let's see. So if there's any book that you want to see, I'd love to show it to you. This is where curiosity stems. If curiosity is not a muscle that you stretch, that you feel good about, that you're just like, here's the way you know if you're not stretching a curiosity muscle, there's some places in your world where you think you're right and someone else is wrong. And the way to get out of that feeling is, of course, to move your body. But the bigger idea is to get curious. Wow, I feel really strong about this person who's wrong. Wow, I'm really angry about it. I feel my heart racing. I wonder what this is connected to. So you can get really clear if you get curious. So I'm going to pick out a book. This is a book I really love. I could give this book away. I Am Amelia Earhart. I mean, I can't. These books are so good. This is a great book, and this is a great book that exemplifies exactly what I'm talking about. Does anybody know what these books are? The Choose Your Own Adventure books. So when I was young, my mom was the best mom. She took me to the library. but I didn't love it. I just knew it was like, okay, we're going to the library. But now I so appreciate it on days that, um, yes, yes. So on days that I would have a book report due, we would go to the Grand Army Plaza, and it was like, of course, last minute. And we'd get to the Grand Army Plaza in Brooklyn and the big looming steps. I'd be like, oh, it was like a dark day in Texas. No, in Brooklyn. So this book is interactive. And this one happens to be called Brooklyn Mermaid. And you read a couple of pages, and then it says, if you choose to hear about blah, 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 turn to page 53. If you want to escape, turn to page 82. And I think these books are so valuable. Oh, they were so daunting. And then to go to the biggest library on earth, and the steps, and you go up, and this big library was like, bah, it looked like from Back to the Future, the big clock tower. So this was a great book to teach kids how to make choices and that they actually are responsible of what comes next in their lives. I mean, I could sit here now for months with this. I have a bunch of witchy books, a book on palm reading. So all of these books everywhere are so important when it comes to being curious. So today's challenge, before I forget what we're doing here, today's challenge, day number 3, is all about get curious. It's an action. It's not just a concept. So what you're going to do today is right now, think of a question that you want to ask the general public. And you can ask like, what do your farts smell like? Or what is the state of the world? Or what's going to happen in the next year? Like you could ask a big question. You could ask a personal question and post it on your main page and tag me so I can also answer. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, I read those books. It did not, maybe it did. What do I know? It helped me. So even now, I bought these books for my little friend. She's 8, and I read it, and she read a different one. I read it again, and I had so much pleasure. I was like, ooh, you can start with it not being your life. Then it becomes a little bit more easy. And if you do it and it's about someone else's life, or this like, Brooklyn Mermaid, then you can be like, oh, I had control of her life. And that feeling can be translated into your own life, and start small and tiny. And not everybody needs to make big choices. So start very small, right? It could be like, what do I want to have for breakfast? And that's a really big question. But perhaps you're the kind of person, and this is based on human design, which I use with a lot of my clients. Do I want oatmeal? Yes or no. Do I want coffee? Ooh, yes or no. So it's less about asking yourself an open-ended question and more about asking a yes or a no question. So I want you to stand up right now and get curious. Here's what I'm curious about, and this is purely self-conscious. Have you noticed my missing tooth? I'm mortified, and I don't want to have a shame about it. And maybe I'll ask a different question. This isn't my main question, but first of all, this side of my face is the opposite of what I'm looking at. I'm in the middle of dental work. Okay, cool. Thank you. I know people are like, nobody cares, Shane, but I see it. It's like a blaring thing when I see it. Anyway, that's what's going on in my head. My main question, let's think of it. Maybe I'll think of it right now. It's interesting as I'm doing this, and I'm so glad you're participating. Is I don't know how to say your name. Delta. Nice to see you. What do you wish you were doing right now? That's my question. And I'm sticking to it. Okay. Is there a book that anybody wants to pick? And I will pick and flip a page. I'm going to do that. Let's see. Oh, this is a really old one for me. It's by Sherry Argov. Why Men Marry Bitches. Okay, here we go. Okay. Relationship principle number 44. Once you start doing the same thing he was doing, suddenly the bad behavior will magically appear. What do you guys think of that? You want to get curious about that? So I think that there's a really good point of, I mean, here's some books that my friends have written. Let me give some shout outs because that's a fun thing to do. So this was one of my mentors and coaches, Abiola Abrams, The Sacred Bombshell Handbook of Self-Love. That's exciting. Bombshell Playback Exercise. Do I believe my feelings really matter? Oh, these are great. Of course, I'm going to pick this book. So thank you so much. I feel really excited about the books that I own. Like, I love the books that I own. It's very hard. Never mind that I go to the library often. Okay, here's the first question. Let's get curious. Do I believe that my feelings and ideas matter? What do you think? I mean, fuck yes, right? Number 2, when is the last time I felt naturally high? Ooh. For me, it was yesterday. I took an afternoon bath and I was like, am I high? I didn't actually know. And number 3, when is the last time I felt low? Today, I felt really low energy and it was really hard to get motivated. But here I am. Okay, who else is a friend? So this is the woman I took a class with. Not her class, but we took a seminar together. Kasia Urbaniak, really great book. A Woman's Guide to Power. Super smart. Let's see. Do not drop the leash of attention. Keep your attention out. There's no context on that. Legitimacy is permission. You have to say, okay, so that's a good book. Let's see what other friends. Oh, this is a great one by Deborah Hussein. The Art of Autism. Actually, there's a lot of books here that my friends have written. And I'm proud of that. And there's a couple of books that I've written. Here's a young artist, Jason Cantu, Noah Ehrenberg. It's a cool book. See if you can still get it. Ooh, these artists are they'll blow your mind. Okay, here's my neighbor's book. Jean Christian. Oh, this is good. Camden. He's a world-renowned photographer, and he went to Camden, New Jersey. This is a really deep photography book. Really intense. The first time I read it, I cried. Really good stuff. Because today we're talking about get curious. And if you want to get curious about the poverty level in Camden, New Jersey, he said he had some dangerous, like really dangerous situations there. Anyway, good stuff. Okay, let's move down the line. Oh, here's a new book. It's not that, well, I have it only for a little bit. Self-Pleasure by Steve Badansky. That's fun. Okay, can we increase our happiness? Let's pick a page. All kinds of pleasure. We can only feel our own bodies. We can notice someone else's pleasure, but we cannot really feel it directly, even with our mirror neurons. Lots of smart stuff and directions in this book. Okay, where is Dana's book? I have let's see. A lot of these books I also found, like they were just like out and found. I hear my dog stuck on the other side. Oh, here's another friend. This is the Divas Discovery Journal. Different ways, fears. Oh, this is a good question. What am I afraid of? Yeah, the art book. That art will blow your mind. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. And that's a quote from Les Brown. All right, so I'm going to be done with this part right now. But I do have other friends' books. Of course, now I'm like, oh, I should have. Where's everybody's book? Anyway, let's keep it moving. Okay, so today is day 3, and we are getting curious. So my question to you is, what do you really, if you were going to be really honest, what do you really wish you were doing right now. All right. Thank you for showing up. Tomorrow, I'm in an all day training. So I'm going to show up whenever we take a break. This challenge is for you to participate as well. So today is day 3. If you didn't do 1 and day 2, it's okay. You can catch up. Day 1 is post a selfie of yourself. Day 2 is post a picture of you playing, whatever that means to you. There's been some fun ones. And day 3 is today. Ask a question. You can answer it as well. Post it on your Facebook or your social media, wherever. Tag me, and everybody will answer. And there is a vulnerability of you asking a question that is intense, that is, something that you want to know. Don't make it like, how's the weather where you are? This is annoying. I want to be able to. Okay. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm Shane. I'm going to go do a watercolor festival and then I'm going to dance. Have a great afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.